Alright, let's set aside that mouse before I accidentally start trying to click with it. The only problem with having two identical mice, two separate computers, is when you decide to use both devices at once. Like, say, when one plays the video game and one streams you playing the video game on the other. Right. So, seats. Probably just need to like hit a bunch of these with the sophisticated storage start and figure out what I'm going to do with them in the long term. Three by three area, compact those. And that. These need to go away someplace. I need to go and get more of the sweets so I can do a vault run at some point. But I did get the pufferfish into the next crystal. And dirt is up next, apparently. Fancy boots. This is probably more on my agenda to get relatively soon. Though this is the first thing I think I'll need to do any repairs on, and that's just because, again, I do plan on being lazy about this and not, like, doing a new one of the vault looting tools for a while so that I can get, like, at least full, trap disarm. Okay, bone block is here, which means bone meal should go here. It's like, where's bone meal? Right, I converted all of it into white dye so I could use it to make pink dye so that I could make various chests and whatnot. Oh, right. That's something I should grab these for. Because one of the other things I can use slabs for is to make some vanilla barrels that I can then take an upgrade to. I think. Let's see. Okay, I could just craft them directly, but I believe doing the in the world do the upgrade. Where is it? Yeah, doing the basic tier upgrade like this, which, like, thanks for leaving in the exact vanilla recipe for the generic convert this from Although I will point out, technically, maybe you should have, I don't know, put some chromatic iron around it instead of the sticks to match the internal cost, or driftwood. Why are you giving them advice on how to make it more expensive? Aren't you complaining about some of their current recipes being too expensive? I want them to be consistent about whether or not they're overcharging me on different things. And this is currently undercharging, but not in a way that's, like, actually helpful. Like, redstone's torch and sticks to convert into these. Okay, yeah, these are essentially the same. Okay, I can set memories in those. That's something else I needed to know, because if you're going to take advantage of this, you don't want all of these getting compacted away to the point that you can't then make sure to put them into the same storage that they are currently getting compacted in automatically. So if you're going to do the lazy chest versus, like, drawers method, I still want to use the drawers. This is the right cost for using with the chests, but I still want to have my drawers set up. I like my drawers set up. I like the aesthetics of them. But not if it's going to cost me 18 vault diamonds to make this happen. I will continue to take all of it and hand press to compress to get past. Anyways, bronze tier. Yeah, I need to do a bunch of these anyways, because no matter what, the diamond tier barrel is part of the recipe for the controller. Right, wrong keyboard. The problem with having two different devices. The controller still requires a diamond barrel, not diamond chest, not diamond shulker box. You gotta get a barrel up to this stage. Not a limited barrel. Diamond barrel. How do you get a diamond barrel? By doing each of the upgrades in the overworld. So, let's make a barrel. Like, I have no clue whether or not I'm actually talking to anybody. Somebody might be in the chat. But as far as, like, my gameplay matters right now, I could just be talking to thin air, and it really does not matter. So if anyone happens to be here, hi. No insult to you, but, like, barrel. Make it sophisticated. Look at that change in the lines. It's now a 3D model. The opening is sunk into the front. So sophisticated. Step 2. I need to just, like, move all of these. So they can live over here. Because this is where I keep using them. This I should probably do. What was it? The stacks? Can't even afford the first one right now. But later on I should, while this is in standby, I should add the some stack upgrades to it. Let's go back a couple to what I was actually working on. Get out of the way to advanced deposit. I need to be able to see these. Like, these? Okay, I swear probably what's up with these is, like I should load up a default of the sophisticated storage. I'm betting at least some of these recipes are straight vanilla conversions from single diamonds to make a hopper upgrade to put in your thing to these are vanilla diamond blocks in the original, which is why this, which, to be fair, when you're in vanilla, this many diamonds is a decent amount of a sunk cost, but you have no place else to sink costs. This is not competing with knowledge stars or anything like that. Okay, armor trim templates, but if you're in single player, how many armor trim templates are you going to need? 4 for all your gear, plus 4 of the upgrade templates for your armor, plus 1 for each of your tools or whatnot. Meanwhile, like, that gives you what? About a dozen? You need about a dozen, whereas the amount of knowledge stars you're going to spend on this, noting that each one is roughly 1 diamond block, similar, very, very similar to what you would use for a template, is like, look, there's 2 right there. Look, there's 2 right there. Oh, and then 12 more once you go after another one. And then another 12 after that. Like, we've got things competing for vault diamonds. We don't need things competing as though it was vanilla resource sinks. Anyways, to get to diamond tier, you're going to need 4 of these, 3 of these, 2 of these, and 1 of these, because each one of them is required in the next one up. So, how much of the Larry do I got? 6 times 4. And what? Did it have essence? It probably had essence, because they love sticking essence in these, yes. Two, three, four. Not enough chromatic iron for that. We then compress this one category. We uncompress this one category. And we continue to regret our life choices. Okay, I've got the compacted chromatic iron here. It's compacted because, hey, I was messing around with the upgrades and looking at what they do, and I'm going to continue to go, hey, can we get a couple more recipe changes? Because, like I said, like I absolutely said, right now, we've got at least one that is far too expensive for what you're getting out of it. Ooh, even better. Now to check iron. Iron gets us one more row instead of the 2 rows, but it does give you the second upgrade slot, which, if it weren't for the fact that the this thing costs so very much, I'd be wanting to see, okay, if I put 2 of them in there, does it go these 5 slots, then these 5 slots? So that you could, in theory, get just a bunch of those and stick them all into a single thing, and you have to look inside to check it. But I will note it works really, really well with, like, things you don't care about visually seeing on a wall, especially once you've got digital storage. So, like, saves on the amount of storages you had to make. Anyways, gold requires the vault diamonds and some steel. So, no more uh not that this. So no more Larry needs to get dumped into these 2 when I go to upgrade him. But, and like these at least show up in mod boxes. And when they show up in mod boxes, it's at least a little less annoying. But I need to do some actual vault runs instead of some raw vault runs to get the next set of resources. I need to be able to do anything more with the storage, because we should do some more stuff with the storage, including, notably, figuring out what size of limited barrel I want to use for each of the things that I'm going to start putting into storages. Yeah, I need create scaffolding. Okay. Oh, you can grow mold with it. Yeah, got it. All this is good for is burning. Burning. So I'll probably make a limited barrel and give it like a whole lot of like storage upgrades if I do a bunch of raw vaults eventually. But for now, step 2 is dirt. Anyways, compressed dirt 1 and 2 makes 11. And that makes us our vault crystal. Two vault crystal. Yeah, I'll get you in a moment. Nice pants, sir. Yes, Mega Torches is on my list to get at some point. Only 4 dirt this time. Leather, 8 beetroots, gold ingot. Yeah, so like all this is lying around. The next one's just going to be go and grab it from the chest. I'm not going to have to go swim out into the ocean or anything like that. Borders. Maybe at some point I will actually eat them, but not this early in the season. I do not want to get to level 50 delooting without at least some semblance of a relatively workable storage system going. Even if it means I gotta put up some limited drawers with uncompacted carbon and refined carbon, put in the 2 slots manually, and I'll compact them later using the upgrades as I get them. Which I will note is one of the benefits on this, is if you know what you need, you can do your various different limited barrels, which, as you notice, what's the recipe difference? Rotational. So you did, because it's probably vanilla converting. Again. Or at least a little bit. But like it lets you do that without needing the modded clicky thing that shows up when you've got 2 recipes. Like, since in theory you can use these to make a crafting table or log. Log a log a log a log. Oh, look, it auto-compressed for me. Thank you. Doesn't auto-compress for me, so I have to go and do that myself. Alright. Sweets. Stuck all of them fully into the storage. But I'm going to be doing a regular vault, so I will get more sweets during this run. I mainly need to be able to unpack these, which might mean that I should take some of those out and use the sophisticated upgrades on some shulker boxes, so I have some sophisticated shulker boxes lying around. Health is full. Sweets are in hand. The vault is open. Good luck. In theory, this should actually show when I get things, so I don't have to break it to get another trident out of it from other people. I don't have a scavenger bag set up. Fine. Fine. Not tags. We're going to match the backpack contents. And we're going to go. Scav. And this is the easy way to handle it. Okay. The easy way to handle it would be loading from the file, but grab the eye, flesh, bone, rib cage. Gotta remember where they are from, and then you can just drag and drop. Drag and drop. Nice, easy. Drag and drop all of them. Leaving out the ones. Yeah, that's the rare. Leaving out the ones for the category you're not using. Although I should finish doing, like, every single one of them instead of leaving any out. For if you have to manually make a scavenger bag, this is kind of how you do it. Okay, it's kind of how I do it. I'm being a little bit like, ooh, what's the next one? And just kind of like grabbing things. So I would not recommend doing things in this order for how you select which ones go in which, like, or in what order you grab them from over here. Piece of paper, piece of paper, piece of paper, piece of paper. Why is my brain being completely blind? Where's Gilded number 1? Gilded. Am I being blind? Am I being blind? Yes, I'm being blind. Scrollers. Scrollers. Saddlebag. There we go. Memory. Scab. Load from slot scab. Or we can go over here. We can go, okay, we need those. We need this. We need this. We need this. So they will end up, scab items will end up in this bag, except for the ones there. And that's assuming, let's see, F3, H. The vault only scavenger items, which means all we need to do is exclude them from our universal bag and not include them in our automatic pickup from here. Okay. So, scav items are going to end up here, except for old books, blood vial, black essence, and our skeleton wishbones. Which means those, since they can't go in any other bag, are going to end up taking these 4 slots. Assuming that I don't run out of sweets before I find the first one of some of those other ones. And then once they do, I can use the Z swap. Common boots. Cool. See, already got the black essence there. And then I can just Z swap later when I need to put it into, yeah, something. If you missed last episode, I crashed out pretty hard about the stupid pirate captain firing cannonballs at my butt. So, we are not dealing with normal difficulty. I'm just like, nah, I'm here to have fun. I'm randomly streaming. I don't need to be streaming. I'm here to waste time. Let's see, this is, yep, wooden. Bonk, bonk, bonk. Small child was hitting me from the side! Big children are coming to bully me. Bonk. I am still of the opinion that dwellers should get back their purple. You just need to make sure that dwellers with purple have to also be able to drop souls. Don't know whether or not that's mechanically possible, because there just are a few too many themes where the tanks are still just a little bit too impossible to get. In about the middle of the game. Right, this point of interest. Like, it's got a decent amount of ores. It's just a little bit annoying with its shape. Sparkletine. I'm happy with getting some Sparkletine. No secret there. So, next up is upstairs. I have -2, which means I can't do the into the boneyard to get up there. But we have confirmed this is -2. Bonk. This is not Champion's Domain. I've just gotten... Like, I don't need living, so, like, this is me just kind of breeding in the first room for things I don't need. Don't need the hamburger. Don't need the gingerbread house. At some point, I will collect a couple of those. Because it's adorable. And it's definitely not the season. Read the ornate. Gear drop. Cool. Boots. Okay. You see, that one should have the chance to drop the purple. Most of the rest of the ones I've attacked, that one down there, that one can have purple. That one can't. Also, I'm slightly annoyed that I can't get antiques yet. Like, the recipe is fully doable for the books, but antiques don't start dropping until level 50. Like, okay, yeah. Oh no, those soul shards. Like, yeah, it's a bit of a balance thing to not have the antiques this early, because some of them are a little too easy to get. In theory, if you can get them with, like, a level 20 vault crystal or whatnot. But at the same time, some of them are like, no. There's no major reason this needs to be a... not this vault. Whatever. Bonk. Dang. Not quite -2. Not quite -2. Bonk. Anyways, I have got books. Ooh. Almost done. So I'll probably finish that really quickly here. Then I should just do some quick runs to find coin POIs. And blood vials should be really quick, and then it will be a matter of just finding, like, ore rooms. Oh no, where did all my mana go? Now I can't dash up there immediately. You can't dash up there immediately anyways, because you would need to go around to it anyways. Oh no, my javelins. How am I going to put them through people's faces? That one felt like it didn't even drop the items. But I will admit that the ornate chest can manage to roll, like, one thing, maybe two. And I just missed the pickup notifier because I don't usually watch for the pickup notifier because in previous updates it was stuck between the closed captionings, which I haven't stopped using in a Minecraft playthrough since they added it, vanilla or otherwise. Wu-Tac special, same room, same points of interest. Okay, some of them are different. There are only so many configurations, but you still see them repeat relatively. So if you're going to claim, oh, it's because they're using like parallel threads, so multiple ones can end up using the same RNG, like... We're just like, okay guys, we get it. You learned the lapis trick. Anything that uses Java now is going to be hidden patterns to you. That is not an angry crab, that is a scared crab. Good. Bones, 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 bones. Wrong types of bones. I need ones that make for a good broth. Why do I need ones that make a good broth? Soup. Everyone needs soup. Anyways, I have no clue if that was vanilla, sand, or not, because I was not paying attention. Okay, I should actually get the soul shards after doing that. Attempt number 2. Okay. Fine, fine. We'll find some more reasonable coin POIs, because apparently I can't get myself to the second floor in that room because my timing is off today. I remember... yeah. That room, for one of the updates, that spawner just did not operate. None of those are coins, none of those are coins. That's not coins. that's not coins. Gilded, I would really like some gilded for looting, but I want to get the completion kind of squared away first. Wooden. Okay. Nothing immediately screaming, hey, these are the points of interest you want. Regular hallway there. Break some leaves. Rare wand. Or epic wand. Wooded. Like, I've been complaining that I'm low on vault diamonds. For the ones where, like, they're more complex and I definitely have to climb down towards them to kind of, or up to them, to see what type of POIs exist. I'm going to go ahead and make sure that I get those gilded while I'm past them. Some of the other ones I might not, like... Like, even if... I don't know whether or not there's the ornate secret under this one. There might be. But I need coins right now. Isn't this the one that's supposed to have boosted coins and bigger coins? Where are the coins? Show me the money! At this point, I've goofed around a little too much and I'm starting to get close on my time. There's one. This has a high chance. Yep, of straight out clearing itself. Just like that. Thanks for the soul shards, guys. Let's simplify. Yeah, there might be like one or two ore POIs up there, but I really need to just find a room. No matter how much I think... Okay, enter the vault, and it's either a square or a diamond. So we're going to retreat. That one has at least like 4 decent spots that can generate as the ore POIs. The 2 down in the middle... And then the 2 on either end of that kind of up with the ramp. This room. You are one of my favorites for some of the uniques you can give, but I absolutely do not have the time at level 20-something to deal with you. Vault diamonds, my beloved. Onward! I have no clue if I got any vault diamonds that way anyways. Not an ore room, but this one is never a problem to go and look at. It's a quick, easy peek in. You don't have to bug anything else. You don't even have to change floors. Bone 1. Okay. Silk touch it is. Why silk touch? Stone variants. When I go and add the ores to my limited barrels later, I want them to be such that I've got both when I make some limited barrels with them. I want to have Gorgonite. I want to have Gorgonite stone. I want to have Tubium stone and regular Tubium. I want to have Stone Echo and regular Echo. Regular Vault Stone Echo. Even if I am, by the end of everything, going to just break them down like everything else. Now, I don't remember where the turn-in the previous room is, so I might need to leave it just a little bit early. To run back on the main line a little bit to try and find a room I know. Fortunately, this room also does give you a chance at Larimar. So, like, how are you going to get Stone Larimar? They have not yet gotten rid of the Stone Larimar from one room. It still spawns in the pink block. And because of that, it is still possible to get, even though it is excluded from the caves and the mine room. Do I wish it was in a few more locations? Absolutely. But I understand that it's far too abundant in these that you can force. And it just doesn't make sense to dilute what you're getting from these. Because if you're forcing these later on with the selected rooms, you don't want to dilute them. Okay, turn-in's not there, turn-in's not there. which means the turn-in for this one is down. So, I'm going to get myself a bit of loot in this room. And then we're going to head to the basement and turn these in. Because the turn-in should be... Oh, crap. Okay, there's the turn-in. Let's go get some toxic loot. If I can manage it. Dang. Almost. 2 levels. And that's not going to change until... Well, that's not going to change unless I absolutely swap from AD to, like, AP. And I rarely do that. Yeah, 7 vault diamonds. Right, because I have the old looting 3 sword. But that's a decent amount of de-looting I just did by staring at things intently. Anyways, this compresses by 2 by 2. There's this. This compresses by 2 by 2. And... Dun 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 dun! Sparkletine gets added to the mix. I need some zine, and then I can craft pogs myself. But that's a good startup so far. Like I said, I need to hit some of these with some stack upgrades. Compress, compress, compress. And I need to set some memory settings for things like this, 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 this. Well, this thing is auto-compressing these for me. It needs to retain the memory of the ones that it needs to have deposited here, so... We want to do it in the ugliest way possible, especially if we upgrade this chest later. Need to add that. Do, 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 do. Like, this is how you can do it the lazy way. I do want to transition away from that, though. Because, while that works great, like, if you swapped over to sophisticated storage late game, this is absolutely one of the ways you might set up like this. Because it matters that, hey, you're already in the late game. You don't necessarily need to be going hand picking these to handcraft, because you've now got it hooked up to a computer, so you're like, well, what does the computer say to do? The computer says, go grab this upgrade from over here and stick it in here for just a second. Then remind it of things it can comprise. Of things it can compress. Of things it... Right. Because you can't backwards on the knowledge, it won't do that unless you use the one, at which point it risks making steak. So we're going to anyways, 8 diamonds. What? JI, did you forget what else I've looked for? Oh, okay. It's in the upgrade category. Page 2. Okay, I need 6 steel and 2 pogs. 8 of this. Okay, I am going to have to make the steel. Myself. The pogs, fortunately, I've dropped from others. Essence. Copper to steel upgrade. Why don't you just check if you've got them in your, boxes? You got mod boxes, right? Alright. Ooh, that's a more substantial upgrade. 3 slots, 3 lines. one slot, and it just converted from a 9x9 to a 9 by... This is the 12, right? Yeah, 9x12. So another 3 rows sideways. So yes, these are like healthy sizes for those upgrades. Copper just doesn't get the upgrade slot, but that's good to know. For a number of upgrades you can put into one of these. This is not actually really going to be used as a storage. This has one purpose in life, and that is to pass better. Wait. No. That's a different thing. But we're going to use the limited barrels for the various things, like chromatic iron, since you get the nuggets, and the raw vaults are going to be limited barrel 3s. Carbon, since it's raw carbon, refined carbon, gets to be a 2. Knowledge shards are a 2. Some of the decors are 2, some of the decors are 3s, of course. And no matter what, they start with planks of the appropriate type, so we're going to go A, 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 which, like, yeah, you get a bit less storage by having the extra slots, but when you convert them to the converting things, like, most of that becomes negligible because it goes back to using almost the entire storage properly. But let's see. The recipe is for every one you want to make, you're going to need chromatic iron. So let's keep uncompacted chromatic iron. You're going to need uncompacted driftwood. So we're going to uncompact some driftwood. And then you need basewood, and I believe I left the redstone torches on the shelf there too. You need 1 plank worth of driftwood for each one. Scab crate. Oh, Pog. Nice. I should pick one of these up at some point. And it should... Because I don't plan on making the advanced yet. And I'm not going to put repair cores into any storage in the main part yet. So it shouldn't be a problem. Later on, I might have to actually filter things properly, so I can leave some repair cores for, like, smart book, or if, like, one of the other latecomers joins the gang in the river cave thingy. Brain. Echo Hog. Okay, I do not need to uncompact all of this, or even most of it, so we are going to just do something like that. We're then going to stick these back in here, this little runoff here back in, and based on the total amount of chromatic iron I have here, let's put the upper cap on that anyways at that. So do some quick maths. We've got 1 2 1 2 1 2, so 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 single layers there. 8 9 10 11 12. So 12 of these. So let's go. Sir? Rude. I'm working on storage right now. It is absolutely rude of you to try and shoot me in the back while I'm working on storage. Okay, I've now put the redstone torches someplace besides here, so I need to go figure out where that is. These are still useful for things like this and these, because like with the compacted snow, since it has to start from base snowball, it doesn't necessarily store great. What else was it? Right, clay balls and things like that. You need the better compacting, because of the fact it starts from clay balls. If you find them loose and use vanilla non-silk touch on it or something like that. So, you haven't even finished fully unloading everything. Yeah. Let's see. Top of your muffled, da. Yeah, none of this is like, I don't have any of it, so I need to break at least one of them down so those can stay. Oh, these are going to be a bear to figure out what all I need to do with some of these, like this is one of the things I also will probably use like the limited barrels on. Limited barrel ones, maybe. Just because I do like displaying like the color is the big wall of the different colors. But gelatine and crystals are quite specific about it. Because they're not a pure 16 count on each one of them. Which, like, I could show real quick with that, since that's the base one. And the frameless glass is at least the 16 array, so that's normal. No orange gelatine here, so I can't just kind of go, oh, orange gelatine is this. Something. I might apply some upgrades to that to just expand it instead of adding another couple of shulker boxes to that. I have definitely gotten distracted. Redstone torches. did I wander them back and put them back in here? Yes. Cool. We need 12 limited barrel 2s, if I counted right there. Limited barrel 2. Yep. 12 of those. When I remember to grab the crimson planks. Which I don't even have enough here, so I'm going to have to uncompact some of the regular ones. Or some of the stems that I have over here. I think. Was it here? I put them somewhere. And I will find them in 6 to 8 business days. No mod boxes that run. Like, okay, yes, I didn't do that many wooden chests, but I would have expected to maybe have rolled at least one. Oh well. They're useful, not required, and I still want them to put the compression upgrades into them. Okay. So, for ease of not overcrafting, you can only make 12 if you only make 12. Pink. These are for all those things that used to take up like this. It's the exact same compacting drawer, but different. Supposedly the range on these is now within 15 blocks of the controller, which, like, okay, is that 14 to each side, or is that 15 to each side and controller is 0.16? Let's see, if I assume 14, right now, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Torch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Assuming I counted right. F3G. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15. One. Right. So I did overcount one there. Okay. 3, 5. No. Because 15 is that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. 15 if the controller is the center. And it has to be on 15. If the controller turns out to be 16, this is where it ends up. But we're going to start by marking out one. Old vein. Stone. And I'm going to leave those two there marked like that for later. F3 Yeah, that can be handled later. Like, I'm nowhere near having a controller yet, but cave up there. Good to know. It's a noodly cave, so it's unlikely to spawn anything, but I should go grab all those torches and throw a couple in, assuming I don't just clear out the whole area here real quick. And by real quick, I mean very slowly, because I'm apparently not doing it with Vein Miner, though I probably should. Right, I don't even have to be like, oh, I really need coal. Like, there I need to be happy about the coal because I got my experience out of it, so it fixed up the pickaxe just a little bit. Okay, that's bright enough. Is this the floor? Is this the middle? Is this the top? Those are all relevant questions for putting in a cube storage. Noting that, okay, it costs an entire extra controller to make a couple of these links, but with how the sophisticated storage links work, You need a full controller to make them, or shh. Don't let him know that there's still a Dowski recipe from the vanilla. Because this is still this. So, like, that's really expensive to make 3 of them. I'm betting this neither one of these recipes got recalibrated from vanilla, and these just are existing. So these are cheap. These, using this one, are expensive. I will spend 1 redstone repeater, any type of stone as defined by bookshelf, apparently, and any type of defined as planks to make one of these. And with these, all you need is your main controller to be within your range. You don't need, like with old drawers, you needed to have like the trim blocks, which is like why I ended up with, in all my old playthroughs, big cubes with marked out things and lines of blocks marking out each of the layers of like 5 tall drawers, because 5 tall drawers you can still easily get to this. Once it becomes 6, like you're not necessarily going to have an easy time clicking on the upper part of the 6th block without reach. So that's why the layers were always 5 tall. But yeah, that still raises a question. What is this? Like, is this top, middle, bottom of the cube? Because I definitely could just go, the cube goes up from here. Either using the old 12 count or the new 15 count. Assuming that the 15 count is accurate, I would need to get the interface set up to go and do that check. Something is at the same level. Okay. We're going to stand here. This says 63. 63. Which, if you've been playing Minecraft long enough, you remember when the sea level dropped because of reverse global warming. Because sea level used to be here. And if you had a really old beta world and you went through the beta updates, you just would have a drop down by 1 block from water is here to water is here. Really old, like really old. Say it was like 1516, something like that. Beta, not release 1516. Because I could go up, could go down. This could be someplace in the middle. But you see, if this is the range, this is the furthest out I should place them. Get back out here, Tor. Actually, while I'm at it, things you are not allowed to pick up. What? Thanks. I don't even have the tag I can set for that then. Okay. So let's go and grab carbon and raw carbon. Let's stand on the warp plate because everyone loves the fact I've put a warp plate there, especially me. It makes getting into my temporary storage so useful. Let's grab knowledge from my Lamborghini account. In theory, I could grab other things, but we're going to start with the valuable ones, and the decor ones get different priorities for how they're stacked into this whole thing visually. Oh, right. Before all that, let's make sure that we're putting them in the correct slots. There we go. So the thing you're compressing from into the... Okay, so I can't even use the compression on knowledge. So this one, because it does not have a back and forth recipe, does require one of these. Ooh, which raises a question. Do I have any... Oh. Ew. Ew, no. Knowledge should... Ew. 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 Disgusting. Okay, so when I put this in, it doesn't change the percent 18 up here. Okay. These are going to go on this shelf for later work. We're going to restock that from there. Right. I got distracted while saying, hey, I could show white crystal. So there's 10 crystals you can craft with, well, 9, because white crystal makes white crystal, and you can convert back into, I believe, from any of the other ones if, yeah, for the crystals. But I don't believe you can convert back on the gelatines. Nope, gelatines don't convert back. Yep, can't convert back on the crystals. So, yep. But gelatines are easy enough to craft as well. Like, okay, wrong storage, those go back in this thing. In the I'm going to deal with you later box kind of thing. And that doesn't. The solution to this is not to make the stupid advanced compacting recipe. Use a different amount. Because for it going into the chests, it very much matters that that is a very powerful thing for like the large chest things. But this is not. This is not on that tier. Anyways. These all have a single tier of compaction. Because you can mix these together, you definitely want to use the compression upgrade so you can uncompact them. Well, you don't definitely want to, but like if you care about ever using them as the aesthetic. Ooh, Smartbook's back. 13. I need another one of those. Okay. Whoops. Something. No, I'm not actually crashing out right now. I'm really tempted to type, oh, like, I'm currently crashing out about storage. Everything went well, I'm guessing. Yeah, the problem with this is, like, if you want to upgrade, apply the upgrades, you need to be reaching to it from the side here, which means these ones, if I try and do this and make sure that I've got it by using the compression upgrade, Alright, all the sandy blocks have already been put into deeper storage. Crystal. Gotta grab the crystal. Okay. Let's go grab those shulker boxes. After having treats and some fit, apparently. Sweets are a one-stage block. Gilded is a one-stage block. Wooden logs is a two-stage block. Thanks, Quark Rotation. You're doing a great job. Now, the question is that almost full? That's probably almost full because it'll probably be like 16 stacks, even if I put the converter in there. So like these are going to compact differently for amount of space you can compact into one at once, entirely based on just like because of the fact that fundamentally they're the barrels at base. Love that the apparent animated one of that is large enough you can't see what it actually is for, or like what its count is, because its icon covers the number. Like, I do like that I can come in here and pre-convert at least a little bit. Actually, let's do this the right way. We want to take one stack of it out because we know it currently makes an equal amount of the blocks, which means that if you pull out a stack, there will be 8 remaining in that. So that makes it nice and convenient, doesn't go away, and I can come back here and lock this. Now, that, and I need to craft one more of them because I was off by one, because I missed the gilded as I was doing this. 1, 2, 4, 1. Okay. One of the pink dye because that's what we're doing with this storage, is we're going to make it all pink. All pink. Oh. F's in the chat. I put the pink in the wrong location and it's only the framing. I knew those looked a bit weird. Okay, fine. Can you stop making creepy noises, please? Okay. You can solve this. It's just going to cost you some extra dye, and you're going to have to come back to it. Assuming you can't just kind of go, okay, we're gonna do a check. We're gonna do a check. If I do this, the number turned pink. That's what I wanted all along, right? Okay. So if I want these to look like that, which I do, I'm going to have to take these back down. Do I risk... Well, I don't even have the packing tape. I'm not going to make the packing tape. All right, boys. Pack it up. We've made a blunder. Back in you go. You too. All you. You're going in these for now. Because we're going to take all these stupid ones back down. And re-dye the stupid things. Because we're early enough in the process that it's not going to be horrible. This has 2 more slots, so... Okay, not technically that. Okay, fine. These are going in this. Then we're going to go over here. Get the rotten meat blocks. And we're going to remember that it very much matters where in the crafting table we are when we apply dyes to these drawers. Same as it's always been. And we're also going to grab our suit. Right. This is also a single layer. This is also a single layer. I think I counted those the first time. Apparently not. That's singles. That's singles. Get your butt out here. Thank you. We're going to take this. Then we're going to go warp. Okay, I'm probably not actually going to start with the ore blocks quite yet. Okay, probably I will, but that's the rotten vault meat blocks. This is the rest of the velvet. Thanks, Quark. Right. Can't even punch him out of the wall from the fence. Get your butts over here. You too. Okay. Not entirely sure why those stacked as two separate stacks there, then. Okay. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it's going to get assigned Sandy. Sandy blocks. Next up, we're going to create a way to phase into shulker boxes, which is actually completely available in vanilla. This is... No, it's a wooden chest thing. Okay. Those are wooden. Living chest. Put it in the correct slot, dummy. Thing you're compacting into goes up top. Thing you're compacting from goes on the bottom. Thing you're compacting from goes on the bottom. Thing you're compacting into goes on top. Living chest, gilded chests. Okay. All that's properly stored, which means I should go grab big wrench. Wrench. Remember, it matters where the pink is in relation to the drawer, whether it dyes the whole thing. That appears to have dyed the whole thing. Yay. Like, and if I'm going to do mix and match on color, well, like, too late. Mod makers, fight Vanilla's placement mechanics. Make them dumb as... Alright. Lock and unlock. Lock. These can't change from these items, even if any of the slots go to 0. These are in living. These are in gilded. These are in ornate. Gilded. Only have to apply it once. Not spam click it. Technically, these are also in gilded, but let's see. That's it. Warp? Who's messaging me about what at 2:30 in the afternoon? If I said it's a gift, then our outstanding balance is 0. He just wanted to make sure that there wasn't an outstanding balance for, like, miscellaneous trade balances that exist in the wild. Something, something. A friend got a bunch of magic cards for his deck from me, mainly because, like, I handed it to him and was copying his deck list for the teen to mess around with as a one he might like, which I will say he has, in fact, quite enjoyed it. Right, I can't tab over to Discord on the computer that is not currently running Discord, it's only running Minecraft. Force of habits, sometimes flashbang the stream. It's fine, it's fine. Nobody was using their eyeballs anyways. Compresses twice, compresses twice. Right, this is an overlap? Or is this just living? Just living. Fine, unlock. You go up one. Because this is apparently the living square-ish, maybe. Probably, like, I should... No, I shouldn't, like, do anything. I should just kind of go, no, like, I don't have to have the decors all nice and organized by what they come out of. Not going into this update, at least. Later on, I can be consistent about it, but... Okay. Also should mention, right now, because knowledge essence cannot be... Knowledge shards cannot be decrafted into essence. Art. Something, something. Yeah, I should go and look up whether or not the upgrade recipes are just like straight Iscald from the vanilla. Because if they are just straight Iscald from the vanilla, it costs you X amount of diamonds to craft this or whatever, da 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 da. Then I can just kind of go, hey, no, we've got something else that competes with diamonds. It's the knowledge stars. So doing a straight conversion of the sophisticated storage recipes means you're using vanilla's concept of what's a good resource sink while ignoring what Vault Hunters uses as a good resource sink. Alright. I need another limited 2-barrel. Because I keep... Like, this is just how you make storage, right? Slowly... Thanks, Quark. I mean, to be fair, like, I could just build the entire storage backwards because unlike drawers where, like, the only way to put things in was using the front face because you couldn't click directly into these slots. You couldn't on drawers. You can do that here with sophisticated storage. But no, I do not want to have to pay 20 diamond to compress all of my knowledge into knowledge shards. Silk. Silk. Because, okay, let's go simply. I've only got the 2s here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Just for the 2s. 15. And I'm assuming I haven't forgotten something later game that needs a 2x converter like this in the vault stuff. Okay, technically vault diamonds would be a limited barrel 2. Something, something. I don't have any vault diamonds left to even work with, but next batch is 3s because vault diamonds only compact once and only decompact, but they're used in a bunch of things in this, and they're used in a lot of things from this. Okay, which one of you still need locks? These ones. Those all need locked in, and one limited 2. Thank you. This is where I'd put vault diamonds, if I had any. Alright. Log. Blank. Chunks. Living. Living. Grown. Alright. Died some limited barrel 3s. To be absolutely certain about where we need to put these in the limited barrel 3s, we're going to go like this and presume that's the middle. Yep. There we go. Then we're going to hit this with the lock, and we're going to double check. Yep, even though it's locked, I can pull that out, but those slots are saved in memory. Then we're going to put this here, put this here. It auto assigns it. We then go out, lock it, take this out. Okay. We then take these, put these here. Next up is driftwood. So we're going to make one limited barrel 3. We're going to dye it pink. Want to put it down. We're going to put this in slot 2, put the compression in here. We're going to put the rest in here. Come out, lock it. Pull this. Yeah, like... those were almost certainly, like, Dowski just conversion recipes and not actually balanced. So I am 100% not going to feel bad about any of my complaints about how unbalanced these ended up being. Three. Then we're going to cause those to put themselves away someplace else, and I'm going to have to find them all later. Make absolutely certain that's properly compacted. Okay. That went into main backpack because it's in the raw vaults. Like, I'm going to have to put in light things around, too, at some point. Yeah. No, I'm not putting you away. Nuggets. Then we're going to be lazy about this. Lock the thing. Pull the thing. Then we end up with steel. Right. This the raw chromatic iron to chromatic iron block is actually only a 2. Right. I was using some of that. Let's uncompact some of it. Not nearly the same amount that I had just put away, but I'll put the raw chromatic. Yeah, raw chromatic gets to go back in this. Any more of these resources need set here? No? Okay. Planks. Grab my planks. Set them out. Anyways. I can borrow the deposit upgrade. Oh no, ominous noise. Nothing could be deposited. Well, cobblestone got deposited. That's fine. Smooth bath salts. These all get limited barrel ones. Same here. Okay, actually, no. These go as part of... Let's see. There's 3 on the raw ones. There's 4 on the... regular vault ones. But you can also get the treasure one, which means... Yeah, 2 of the limited 4 barrels are what we do with all the scrolls between the 2 rare ones, because... High customization. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This can't be gotten anymore. Do I make 3 threes? Ultra rare, ultra rare, ultra rare. These and then these. Okay, yeah. So I should do 2 threes just for the aesthetic. Yeah, I know it's not the best actual way to store those, but I can clear the memory on that now. What is it? This doesn't drop anywhere. You can get this from bounties, black market, and you can craft it. But you shouldn't deal with these nuggets, you shouldn't deal with these. But you can end up with this and these in recipes. Yeah, that's an in-game recipe. Yeah, that's an in-game recipe. This feels a little bit harsh for the recipe, but compared to previous Ascension recipes, yeah, that's an appropriate one. Unique safe. Because what was it this actually got you in the end? Generator costs, that's fine. Binding plates, that's fine. This is an endgame recipe because it's for making the personal vaults. And these are just like some of those auto existing ones. Range tier 12, industrial foregoing. Sure. Whatever. I don't even know what I'm going to do with that, or if I'm going to do anything with that. Like, I might just kind of go, no. Like, yes, You've added some powerful mods. They're not in my wheelhouse. I'm not going to bug them. So this gets a limited 2-barrel. Standard steel gets a limited 2-barrel. Raw chromatic iron gets a 2-barrel. What else do I need a 3 for? Do I need a 3 to compress anything else? It would... Later game, compressible resources. It's amazing how little there actually is here. Right. For the mist rigs, unless we add a third type, it's going to be 2. All these I'm putting directly into the workshop. This doesn't have a compression state. Okay, so I need to make... two more limited barrel 3s. I need to dye them pink. And I need some spare pink anyways. Like, in theory, I should just do a whole big bulk batch again. We're going to start these here. Chest scrolls, chest scrolls. I've got none of the Enigma class. Ultra rares. I've got all 3 of the commons. I haven't gotten a single gilded yet. Really? Fine. Like, cool. Living gets the top one because it was the one that was always bigger than the other 2 early on. Ornate gets here, Gilded gets there. Wooden gets prominence in it because I'm going to do more regular vaults than raw vaults. I'm assuming that if I lock something, I can still lock, put something in, and then it'll just remember it later, so I can lock it, leave it, add it later, and be all good with that. Limited 2-barrel, limited 2-barrel. Make it pink. Steel, black, chromatic. And steel, like I could really quickly make some proper large capacity steel. And the black chromatic, I can set both its recipes by going warp. There we go. And then I can just make like 10 steel real quick. Or I can be like less lazy about how much I'm actually making and just kind of go, okay, we're going to grab a stack of that. And then we're going to make away that goes. Press. Slot. Slot. Because like I said, I don't intend to get nuggets on either one of those. Because there's nothing that uses the nuggets on either one of those, right? Steel nugget. Yeah, the only recipe that uses the nugget is this. It doesn't even make a weird, like, chain thing or whatever. Like, okay, how do I make, okay. Buildscape expansion. Okay. And then I need a 2 for the 2 egg types. Something, something. Just go ahead and make a bunch of pink dye again. Close enough. That's what I wanted to do, right? Limited barrel 2. Dye it pink. Thanks, Quark. Modded placement rules, modded placement rules. How to annoy the heck, modded placement rule. We're turning you off for a little bit. Burgers. 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 Duct tape. Duct tape. Duct tape. Duct tape. Yes. Paper. Slime balls. And I think technically if you wanted to be weird about it, I can't remember. I think you can enchant it with mending. It's not really worthwhile to do so because, like, 1 slime ball, 1 piece of paper, 8 storage. But you can do it. And you see, when you use the packing tape, this is what it lets you do. I have packed the storage. Its contents are in this. Its contents are now turned weirdly. Let's go craft. Let's see. Wrenches that can turn things are refined storage wrench, this wrench, and I think there's like one other someplace. But that one's 4 copper ingots. So that I don't have to deal with modded placement rules. Like, it makes sense if I was going to put the barrels in the ceiling, but the ceiling's too high, so I need to put it on the side of something for it to potentially face down. But at the same time, maybe barrels just don't need to face straight down. Okay. Some people do just want to have their storages hanging from the ceiling. We're going to go turn that sideways. Well, we're going to attempt to. If it crashes, that's going to be annoying. But it should be fine. You can't wrench it. You just can't wrench it. Cool. Burgers. Eggs. Eggity egg egg eggs. Eggies, eggies. Let's go grab some eggies. Because the eggies definitely get their own separate, shared with their craft down counterpart. Arguably, let's see. These and the fragments should do so as well. So I will limited barrel those as well. Right. Can't throw it into my miscellaneous bag if my miscellaneous bag is off. Let's put those away. Fragments have pulled out. These and these are used in the same thing, so they can be in the same limited barrel. Because that's their purpose, and it makes for this gap up here to get filled properly. Eggy! Hostile Eggy. But that cost me diamonds, so I don't have a hostile Eggy yet. You know, in case anybody ever wanted to know how in the world I make my storage, it's about like this. All right. Here, you get to hold this. Haven't even converted this into the modded version yet. All right. Planks, 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 pink. Can't even use that wrench on it. Still have the coal out. I should put the coal in here. And at some point I need to actually like figure out where in the world I'm going to deposit all of that junk. Yeah. Okay. Let's grab 8 of you. Which means 4 of you. Four of you. I'll deal with them later, shulkers. And I'll need to convert some of them into copper tier at some point. This gets to go on the shelf because I'm not dealing with that. This, you see this? This gets to go into the heart of the controller later. Let's see, diamonds, da da da. Yeah. I'm going to put these along with like iron and other things like that all on a like around the corner or someplace else on the wall for the resources. Because we're going to put the vault ones here with like the exception that we're going to have some non-vault things that are specifically drops from the main vaults. The experience, the shulker shells, all that get to have limited barrel ones for them over here. I said limited barrel ones. There we go. Then we make them all solid pink. And we grab some of these one-offs. I need to make some more of these, of course, but... Decor. Right. Helps if I do control drop. Control drop. Control drop. Helps if I do control drop. Okay, that goes there, that goes there. That goes there. That goes there. Let's see. That goes there. So yeah, I definitely don't quite have all of the categories. If I make those limited barrel ones, which I could, I definitely could, they'll take up one of these, but they will take a very, very long time to get to full. And I think I am fine with because it's a 3D. Oh. Okay. I'm sure that looks fine aesthetically. Completely fine. Nothing whatsoever to complain about. $24, $12. Like, I don't even have enough of those quite made yet. Two, three. We're going to take one of the beetroot crates and deconvert it. making us 3 red and putting some beetroots away. I say putting some beetroots away like I don't need to use beetroots as part of a recipe later. Something, something, the vault altar right now. Remind me I need to make my waypoint range like a kilometer or something like that instead of to the ends of the earth. Why was I looking in here? Oh. Yeah, I need driftwood and iron stuff. So. I probably don't need that much driftwood. I should not need to jump to make them land the right way at 5 blocks up. But I do. Because somebody made a decision about allowing it to turn down and having it based on where you are and not where you're placing it against what surface or whatever. And now everybody gets to live with it. Really big numbers. Bounty pearls. Like, I will end up using all of these on things. What, we've got also vault scrap. What else? What else do we tend to get that doesn't stack from the vault that either naturally comes from the vault or, well, besides like player gems, I get to, the gems get their special wall I design, but like, okay, netherite scrap and vault scrap are both in that category. I'm not worried about storing storing rocks into the storage at this moment. Later on I will, once like alternate automation gets unlocked so that we can set up like pull from the storage a rock, hit a button, lets you place it. Modded things. cogs get their own. Echo and Omega get to share a double, but that's like way down the line. All of this should end up in Artisan Station. I could add it to the central storage so anybody can grab it. If I add coins to the storage instead of having everyone have separate ones, I can use one of the 4Xers, the 4 squares, which I've already crafted. The various colors of making the die drawers is going to be annoying because the dies are going to also attempt to die the numbers, because that's what I want to do. I love changing the color on my computer screen for refined storage and what color the numbers show up on my stupid drawers. It's like the only thing I need to be able to do. I don't need to be able to store dies normally like a regular person or whatever. Okay. Like key pieces and some other things already still need to go in there. I have done exactly one vault today. But I've also just used a lot of brain. Like, I could do one more run, because runs don't necessarily use a lot of brain. 8 beetroot, gold, leather, dirt. And at the same time, I maybe should just finish delooting, finish the crystal. What was it? I was grabbing 1 gold, 8 beetroot, which is elsewhere, 4 dirt, 5 leather, 5 leather. Leather. Leather exists someplace. Five leather. Four dirt, a gold. That's carrots. That's beetroots. Copper tier upgrade. 6-layer marker. I put the wrong direction to be. Put the 8 away instead of bringing the 8 over. Yep. Also noting that the upgrade base let's see, is used for 5 recipes. Yeah, because that doesn't look ugly at all, right? I'll make more deposit upgrades eventually for the other banks. One fortunate thing with all this, with these chests now converted into the deeper storage, I've got room for these. And then, let's see. Deal with these laters. Laters. Wood is coconut, blah. Laters. Laters. Tool. I'm going to have to sort my idea with this later chests into their respective sort categories. But until then, Shulker with regular bones gets bones. Because miscellaneous planks can be used on various things. But the spruce beam can get converted into spruce planks, which is perfectly acceptable. Walnut wood can be thrown... Well, it can be converted into planks, and then you can go and make, like... I don't know. A walnut chest, or you can go like this and make sure it's a regular chest and you're not dealing with all that crap. Then you can deal with, hey, look, let's stickify that. Stickify that. Wherever we put sticks, sticks go there. Let's go put away these smooth bath salts. Okay, that's all compacty. Smooth bath salts. Leaves. Immediately stops the stream. On all, like... How many of you are actually out there? Am I talking to the void? Have I been talking to the void this whole time? Well, probably. That's actually fairly usual. Though usually I don't do it out loud. I tend to just do it in my head. Oh, because that last one was scav, that didn't get done. I am not hurting for amount of bounty pearls, so I don't need those. Double pouch can go back to tags, and can unselect all. And I can actually bother to make a scav pouch at some point. Because it's like one pickup upgrade, one pouch. Though I'm out of diamonds, so I can't make a pouch, so it's not right now. Miscellaneous, but completely vanilla candle goes there. Okay. Let's finally roll all these things. And by finally, I mean, where did I put all those chests? I've got like 61 chests in place. There we go. .5 item rarity. 1.5 is not an amount I care about holding on to. Some low quality living stuff. I don't have the fundamental to make this worthwhile. If I had the fundamental, maybe. F3H, tooltips off. Only one prefix. Higher ability power. If I was using ability power, that would be... It'd be worth at least attempting to swap over, especially because it's living. But... Chestplate's new enough that doesn't matter. Okay, so probably those boots. I would need a fundy to make this worthwhile because, like, the thorns damage absolutely still has been mattering. It's not great, but it's been mattering. And while I've been feeding all of it to this, I should make at least some for the storage. Yeah, okay, so what do I want? I don't want armor and resistance in that. It's already an improvement on base armor. If I could get something like resistance and health would be good at front. Health and damage, maybe. Armor and health. KBR, no. Health? I will call that enough of an upgrade to swap. So we are going to hit it with the main three, not like, oh, but there are a few vaults with the soul sand. Yeah. And I don't want to have random bouts of moving faster and throwing my timing off in one subset of themes because it just happens to parallel uncommon areas of the overworld. Or nether overworld. Scrap. Silver. Gem. Sure. Though I was tempted to go, no. The netherite scrap goes in the same drawer as ancient debris as a 2 and 2. No. As a, not a 2 and 2, a, 1 by 2. But for now, like this. This is a respectable start to a storage. And I do like the fact that if the compression upgrades get swapped from, hey, these just got a straight translate over from vanilla recipes, which I swear sleep. Nope. Okay. Still need to find myself a hammock so that I can take advantage of the hammock. Like there's a ton more things I need to make chests for, including some compression things that I want for like non-vault resources, like being able to compress the flesh blocks and uh, whatnot, because they've got the compression from quark or whatever into the rotten flesh block or whatever it is. Not the vault one, the what I've already compacted some of the flesh into here. Where was it? If it's not in that drawer, that shouldn't be there anyways, because this should be in the same drawer as it's. But, like, raw blocks of copper as well. Yeah, rotten flesh block. A gunpowder sack and gunpowder. Whatever other ones the mob drops have as a compression. Glowstone dust. Once you start Kijiring them, which is... Because you do have a couple recipes where you want just the dust, and some where you need the blocks already made. Need to upgrade that stack upgrade at some point. Need to add some regular stack upgrades to this thing, especially once I convert it to a belt. I should convert it to a belt and move the memory slots. So I can be lazy about where they are. Add some stack upgrades. I've got the next vault ready to go. But I think, yeah, just did a bunch of storage. I've been yawning a bit. I think, yeah, I think that's going to be enough. I'm not going to run the vault today. I'll do that next time. That's unloaded. That's unloaded. That's unloaded as far as it's supposed to be. I'm almost up to my 2 stacks of gold I like carrying around for going shopping. After that, I will take one of the 4x and start putting in, like, the vault coins, so that it'll be a part of the central storage or whatever it is there. One copper, 5 snad. Let's make one snag. If you pull it from the right places, it doesn't look ugly. And people don't notice that you specifically stole it from there. Shh. Don't tell them. back when they increased the category, it was not worth to get it this early because it would make some other uh, mod far too expensive for the amount of benefit you would get to unlock SNAD for this. But with the no penalty to subcategories, you're supposed to go in the compacting stuff over there. I've got a cactus someplace. We picked up some cactus in a vault. Which guarantees I've got some cactus someplace. Whether or not I managed to see it is a whole nother question, is it? It's probably like right here. Yes, right there. Look, I definitely have the cactus. I just kept overlooking it. Let's see. Yeah, we'll just... add cactus to right here. Like, if it's something that matters, Snad, are you broken? Snad? Does the cactus need light? Do I not have enough light? Because you grew nearly instantly last time. Anyways, before the snad annoys me, let's remember to throw just a bit of cactus that way. There we go. And just in case, for whatever reason, I don't remember if cactus needs light in vanilla. But just in case. Oh. Yeah. So now it's just a matter of it grows fully whenever it manages to get random ticked. But random ticks is 3 per 16 by 16 by 16 area. Ow. That's definitely what I wanted to do. I definitely wanted to dash into the side of a... Ow. Siphon, ow! Yeah. The way, the random ticks work. You see where the blue lines, not the light blue lines, but the dark blue lines are? Those define the sub-chunk boundaries. And the natural tick speed is 3 blocks. And each one of those gets selected every 1/20th of a second. Well, within the relevant loaded area for a player, at least. And that's what determines when things grow. SNAD says when it gets random ticked, grow. It's like it does make for a decent growth rate. I've already replaced every bit of cactus, including all 11 I threw into the vault altar. Sure, it cost me 4 refined carbon, but look, more cactus already. Imagine if I actually bothered to put, like, any kind of automation on it. Like, hoppers, water streams. Like a single water stream right here with a hopper collecting it, and I stuck a stick off the wall here or something so that it pops off the way cactus always does. Sure, it's not lossless, but I mean, you're at SNAD generation rates, so you're not having to build the massive towers, and it's entirely based on just existing. Alright. That's enough of that. I've got a decent amount of the recipe towards the controller done. Now I just need the controller to stop competing with the compression upgrades. And maybe I'll be able to establish a storage system at some point. But for now... Apparently I locked that at some point. What does it really mean for the chest to be locked in this case? Okay. Why? Size, opacity, minimap, zoom, waypoint settings. One kilometer, give or take. I looked away, and then I looked back, and all the particles finished rendering that had been deferred. Apparently. Maybe. Maybe that's what's going on. It's some kind of weird particle deferring thing, and that's what also has been getting on, like, Kiki's nerves. Alright. That's going to be a wrap. Catch y'all later. Bye.